underway. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Tries one from range. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
This is a promising build-up. Partey. Kudus. It's loose, and there's a race for the... Good effort from distance. And again. And he makes no mistake. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Ghana penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. That's a good ball out wide. Shot could be on.
126 D3.
Kudus. Semenyo. He's through here. He's in a great position here. Decent chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Ghana with the corner, they're first. Kudus goes short. Big chance! Panama have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Kudus. That's going across goal. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And claimed it back swiftly. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Ghana leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Now he's off and running. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Oh, super ball! Can he finish? He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Murillo.
Panama really do like to play the long ball.
And how does that work for them?
Well, you don't want the ball just coming back at you, Peter. You need somebody in there who'll make it stick. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's a good foot in there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Semenyo. And it's Kudus. Here's a chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Ghana have their second corner now. Semenyo! And the keeper couldn't hold it. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And now they can spring out of defence. He's going for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He'll try from distance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Yeah, but you only need to look across to the sideline to see what one makes of that, Peter.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. Pressing high and with purpose. Seydu. 15 minutes till half-time. Kudus. And no, he's seen through all of that. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Kudus really needed to be much faster then, much more decisive.
And here's Kudus. No way through, so back it comes. Goes for goal! Oh, that is outstanding! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
That's superbly well played. Any aspiring strikers out there watching this, that's the sort of movement you need to create space.
Ghana are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change.
Can he finish? Yes! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Number 21.
Ghana find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Ghana have hit a quick-fire double here. Well, that pass isn't the best. Aimed beyond the defence. Godoy. Great vision. Semenyo! And no mistake. That is how you do it. A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. And the referee has blown for half-time. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Ghana enjoying a half which is little short of perfect. The dominant force, the only force in a one-sided contest.
Everyone, please welcome to the field our players.
Away we go again. Look at the space here. Is there a chance? And that has faded wide. And the shot! He has found a way through. In with the challenge. He's had a shot!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Terrific effort! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Kudus needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, it's his reading of the game that seems to keep him a step ahead of everyone else, but he's about to face greater pressure now.
It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, that's fabulous. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
There will be 1 minute added time.
So that's it. It is all over. Ghana can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Ghana can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the Stadium Hall.
วอร์มเครื่องก่อนเครื่องยังไม่ร้อน
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very
บราซิ
nicely
ล
here.
เจอมา
Gorgeous court
ฟ้า
this evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beckley.
สวัสดี
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say
สวัส
a
ดี
big hello
ท่าน
to
ผู้
everyone.
ชม
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to
บรา
perform.
ซิลบราซิล
The strains of the national anthem of Brazil.
ปรีตี้
There's the whistle.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
There's a terrific effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I really like the look of this fella, João Pedro, Peter. He has a lovely brand of flair, skillful, quick, composed, always looking to exploit spaces in and around the box. I expect to see him getting heavily involved with his side's attacking play here.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Pele. Messi. And this is Messi. Rafinha. Now it's João Pedro. Joelinton. Oh, good read. Marquinhos with the clearance. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Distributed tidily. Now it's Neymar. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Spread out to the left. And it's Neymar. And here's Joelinton. Stam makes the interception. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Oh, good determined running there, but run back by the defence.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Alexandro gets into a good position. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's João Pedro. Can he finish? Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that goes to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Brazil have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Marquinhos.
Manchester really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And he skips past his man. Joelinton. Oh, good take in a good area. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. And this is Pele. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! And he's really put himself on the line here. Cleared without hesitation. Over to the right flank. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Rafinha. Joelinton. And it's Neymar. Neymar. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. And it's Neymar. And it's Joelinton. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lahm.
Manchester truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Now it's Messi. Tries to pass it through. Ederson. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Neymar. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Lampard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Marquinhos. Gabriel. Joelinton. That's destined for the flank. Messi. Marquinhos gets across to intercept that. And it's Neymar. Out towards the flank.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Pinches it off him. Vieira. Vieira pokes it out wide. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. down to business again.
Manchester can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Bruno Guimaraes. Alexandro. Ronaldo going after that. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Shifted it to the flank. And it's Guimaraes. And he's picked it up out wide. Chance! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Marquinhos, Ederson, Alexandro, Joelinton, now Ederson, passes short and sharp, and he's taking no chances there. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ederson. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Oh, sweet feet. He's had it taken off him. Now there's a fine ball.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Vieira spreads it out wide, and that pass just didn't quite work. So Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And it's Neymar. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Messi. And the through ball.
Yeah, that works for me.
He's having a hit! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Messi has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
And he's had it nicked away. Lampard never out of the action for very long.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Lam. Joelinton. Brazil have reclaimed it. João Pedro looking to add to his goal. Neymar. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Joelinton. Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Lam. Lampard. Messi. Iniesta. That has been knocked clear.
Manchester really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical. Brazil surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Pelé. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught napping. And that is out of play. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And it's Lam. Vieira. Nicely weighted ball. The cut back. He's there and gets it away. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Edison. Neymar. Neymar.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Thuram. Lampard. Oh, good spread. And there goes the final whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Manchester just couldn't get into any kind of rhythm after going a goal down. It made life so easy for the opposition, who hardly broke sweat in the end, Peter.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Manchester United.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
So I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
Musiala. Now it's Wirtz. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Leicester makes the interception. Can he get on the end of this? Now, can they get him away? Mbappe! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Sané. Well read, nice interception. Looking for the run, and he's worked it through, and he was quick to react. And he's running through. And that's really well manoeuvred. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Bruno Fernandes. And that has left him in a heap. Leicester calmly anticipates. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. There's the shot! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Manchester United take the lead. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Now it's Hazard. Mateus promptly onto that, and that is that. Tries to play it through. Now it's Mbappe. Here comes... Getting up there! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Ambitious ball here. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left.
Towering header! And the shot count keeps on rising.
I suppose he's the type, Peter, where you gauge how well he's playing by the number of shots he gets away.
It's Wirtz. Wirtz stood his ground strongly. No, he's just misjudged that one. Pirlo. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Hazard. Mbappe. He's found the way. Chance! Mbappe with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
He is through here.
Germany always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
He's got away. And it's played in.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Here comes another. Oh, great leap! And he's stuck it away. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. A great delivery and a finish to match.
He did so.
He's in one-on-one. Oh, shooting chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Hazard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And now they can spring out of defence. Nesta cuts it out. And he cuts out a supply. Mateus. Germany are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Wirtz. Hazard. Oh, well played, well played. And he shoots! And it's there! They are purring, truly purring. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Manchester United find a position of real strength now. Well, that pass isn't the best. And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Minutes has been indicated.
That is good progress on the left.
Might want to be careful there.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Manchester United have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
And the finish! He's got a goal! And they're threatening to fly away here. Simplicity itself.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do.
And that is indeed the final act. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitution for Germany, number 15, Wirtz.
The second period is on the way.
19, Sane.
Germany changed their lineup for the second half. A reaction, no doubt, to the half-time score.
Number 7, George
Now it's Mbappe.
Number 11,
Germany come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
He's being urged to shoot. Germany needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And here's Azar. And he's managed to get free. He's Azar! Played out to the left flank. Bale. Rummenigge. Bale. Now it's Bale. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And they win it back again. And that is a little undercooked. Well, we expected better, and so did he.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Hazard. Looking to play him in.
Manchester United couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Nicely weighted ball. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Ibrahimovic. Beckenbauer. Germany perhaps contemplating their next change here. Rummenigge being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
He's a sharp little ball here. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Bruno Fernandes, who does have an assist to his name. Looking for options for movement. Well, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Mbappe. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Beckenbauer. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Thuram played into space. Beckenbauer. And it's lofted through here. Oh, that's well spotted. Knocks it into space. Beckenbauer. Oh, nicely intercepted. Can he get it through? Bullet. And they can counter here. 75 minutes played. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Hangs one. There's the header!
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Mbappe. Pirlo. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Ibrahimovic. And the shot! And that's in! How many, just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
And now he has two. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Now that looks a decent ball. Now this could be a chance. He's having a shot! Oh, good finish. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Number 15.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations. Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Germany have reclaimed it, and he's quick to return it. No, not quite on the same wavelength. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Germany clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Mateus showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Bruno Fernandes.
There will be
played through for him.
Time.
He has found the way through. Shot a goal! And it's come back out to him. It's a goal! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Beckenbauer. And that is that. Germany suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round.
Just a quick reminder today.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests to me, Peter, that they'll be playing quite a high line.
What makes you think that?
Well, because he's got all the qualities required to excel in such a system. Because of his reading of the game, his vision, his technique, everything you need to spring a successful offside trap.
Looking to play him in. Yamal.
Lamine Yamal really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Thuram cuts it out. This ended up in no man's land. And here's Yamal, and it's Messi. And here's Yamal. Best. Looking for options for movement. And he is deftly away. Best has got himself a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Puskas! Modric. And here's Ferran Torres.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Vieira does well to get it back. Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nicely aimed pass. Leicester gets across to intercept that. Puskas. Cute ball now, how can he reach? Best! And he should have made them pay.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Neither side yet able to find the net. Modric. Now it's Yamal. Just eases him off the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass.
It's Adriano!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
And he was quick to react. Oh, this is a great position. Puskas. Great defending, strong and determined. Yamal. Stam promptly onto that, and that is that. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And here's Ferran Torres. Modric. Oh, nicely intercepted. Messi. Ferran Torres receives it in a good position here. And it's Robertson. Robertson, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Quick look, then plays it in. Knocks it into space. Robertson spots it and intercepts. Bruno Fernandes. Now, can they get him away? It'll be a throw-in. Changes him with that pass. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Good take. Yamal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Couldn't squeeze it through. Messi. Now it's Yamal. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He leaps for it! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Probing pass. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that has not gone well. And there's the shot! It's Iniesta! And for a moment, time stood still.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
So, a temporary halt to the action. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
We'd like to inform you now that the
And we are up to the break.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Substitution in progress.
So, into the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Played out to the left flank. Tries to play it through. Oh, it's Dembele. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Great vision. That is good alertness. Robertson. Baresi.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Oh, good climb! And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Terengganu with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Adriano. Number 20, George Best. Number 8, Iniesta. Number 15, Gerrard. Coming on the field, number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Messi!
Number 9.
Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Substitution.
Nice looking ball. Pass somewhat off target.
China couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Beckham looking for the run. Pushkas has crossed into and a header. Dispatched clinically, and we have liftoff. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
China are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's got this place bouncing. Just listen to the noise all around us. Now they have all of this positive energy to feed off.
And he cuts out the supply. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get on the end of this? Cristiano Ronaldo! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Can he get it through? It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And it's come back out to him. He's got away with one there.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. Towering header! Oh, keep trying, and eventually it might come off.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Substitution for China, number 21.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
McAllister. Yamal is onto it in a flash. Defending was strong and firm. Rodri. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, that's ambitious. Gave it a go, but off target.
Yeah, you can't blame him for trying, but that looked a little forced.
Oh, Red, nice interception. That's a sharp pass. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. He's picked his way through. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And this is Dembele. There's the shot!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
China leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin.
Terengganu really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And he's quick to return it. That's a lovely, neat pass. It's a searching pass. Azar. Very much into the last knockings.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Robertson, Barella might just make this. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. That's good play. Lovely. And the shot! Oh, good finish. And right near the end, we have parity. And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Decent game of football that, intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
China can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. We're up and running then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy Pedri, without doubt, is the greatest talent of his generation to come out of Spain. I mean, he has all the traits of some of the great legends that have been there before him. The ability to handle the ball in tight spaces, his speed of thought on the turn, his understanding of the landscape around him, the intelligence in reading defensive positioning, all those factors which can make him unplayable when he's truly on song.
Yeah, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Can he get onto this? Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Messi, looking for a runner. Nicely worked. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Referee has just said play on. Gerrard.
Messi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And it's Messi. Messi, he might be in here! Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Yamal stood his ground strongly. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. What a save from Peter Schmeichel! Arsenal with the corner, they're first. China have the chance to go the other way. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, super find. Adriano! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, the ball's come loose here. Puskas with the cross. He's had a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's had it nicked away. Nicely shaped ball. And he's worked it through. Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Threads one in. And this is Adriano. Paredes. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
China clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
It's Adriano! Goal, China! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
China are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Knocks it into space. He's found a way through. Oh, shooting chance! Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Pedri. And here's Messi. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And this is Messi.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Takes a shot. Now there's a terrific hit.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And he's been shifted off it. Gerrard looking for the chance to skim one in from range.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that has put paid to that. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's neat. He's gone direct here. And for the first half, that is that. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
And now,
any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
China with the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. So, into the second half. China leading courtesy of the game's only goal. And the return pass. Yamal, the man with the tools to make a difference here. And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Arsenal have their second corner now. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, this looks sharp. No way through there. Nice looking ball.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Adriano wants to run onto this. Paredes. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. Chance for a shot! And he's only too happy to take that back. And he's following up! And it's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Devoid of any complexity, but tries one from range. Nearly, but not quite.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Pass is just off target.
We're in for an intriguing second half now. Contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
And he's managed to get free. Takes a shot! And it's been given away. Tries a
The
shot!
attendance for this match was
Oh, he's given that plenty,
60,179.
but no.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 20.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 19. Jamal. Number 1.
Pinches it off him, probing pass,
Number 8. Gerrard.
and into the grateful arms of the
Middle
keeper.
field. Number 11. Shevchenko. Number 15.
Paredes
Giuliano Simeone. Number 5.
tries to play it
Number
through,
24.
That's going in strongly.
Fermin. Substitution.
looking for the run. Well, that pass isn't the best. China do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Can he get onto this? That's very neat. Pedri has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
And it's Shevchenko. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now he's off and running. Paredes, and the through ball. He's in a great position here. Shapes to shoot! Same again, same outcome.
Arsenal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
So, third corner of the game. Chance, surely! Now he wants to get in on the act here. So their fourth quarter of the game. He's going for goal! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Pedri. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That has ended up in no man's land. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Simeone receives it in. Simeone. Arsenal have got it back and they'll have another go. Simeone! Goal! Arsenal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
Messi really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Arsenal with the lead.
Well, I think he can...
It's Bale! And yes, it's there! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And he's got the beating of his man.
Added minutes has been indicated.
And claimed it back swiftly. Petri. Shevchenko! Has another go! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Messi is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
And it's been hooked away and reclaimed it in a trice. Pass somewhat off target. Now this could... Pele! Oh, that was no routine save.
Pele really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
And that is as far as it goes. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square.
And
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
China certainly had some good...
ฝากติดตามด้วยนะครับ วันนี้ผมฟอร์มไม่ดี คงพอแค่นี้